Hi everyone, thank you for joining the Illinois Green Alliance today as we talk about tools that can help you manage and lower your electricity use. The Illinois Green Alliance is a membership-driven, nonprofit organization that works to promote green buildings and sustainable communities. This video is part of our Energy Efficiency Ambassadors program brought to you through funding from the Illinois Science and Energy Innovation Foundation. We're here today to show you how to use a 24-hour mechanical timer and how this device can help you save energy and money in your home.
There are a few main features of the timer to be aware of when you take it out of the box, and we'll point those out now. Later on, we'll go into more detail about how each feature works as we set up our timer. On the front of the timer, there's a clock dial with two sections. The white section is 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. and the black section is 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. The arrow on the dial indicates the current time of day. On the side of the timer, there is a bypass switch. When you slide the switch down to the clock, you will activate the timer settings. When you slide the switch up to the on position, you will bypass your timer setup. Looking back at the front of the timer, you'll see the black push pins at the outer edge of the dial. Each pin represents 30 minutes. When the pins are down, the timer and device plugged into it will be on. When the pins are up, the timer and device plugged into it will be off. Finally, plug the timer into the wall, then plug your device into the timer.
Now that we're familiar with all of the features, let's set up our timer. While we're doing this, we should keep in mind what device we're planning to plug into the timer. Some common devices you might consider connecting to the timer are lamps, TVs, and fans. I'm going to select this LED desk lamp for this demonstration. When you take your timer out of the box, all of the black pins will be in the down position. So start by pulling all of the pins into the up position. You may need to use something with a fine tip to give you leverage, like a pen or a pencil, to help push the pins up and down. Once all of the pins have been set to the up position, you want to set your timer for a specific time frame when you want your device to be on. In this case, when do I want my desk lamp to be on? To do this, you'll want to push the pins at the marked times when you want the lamp to be on. Remember, each pin represents 30 minutes. As you can see here, my timer is set to turn on at 9 a.m. and to turn off at 11 a.m. After you have set the pins for the times you would like your device to be on, you need to set the current time. To do this, you will need to turn the entire black push pin dial clockwise until the arrow aligns with the current time of day. Right now, it is 8 a.m. Make sure to pay attention to AM and PM. Remember that the white section is 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. and the black section is 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. The bypass switch on the side of the timer allows you to bypass the programming of your timer if needed. When the switch is down in the clock position, your device will turn on and off according to what you have set on your timer. When the switch is in the up on position, the timer will bypass what you have programmed and your device will remain on. Set the switch down to the clock position to activate and reactivate the timer. Once you've done this, you can plug the timer into an electrical outlet. If you haven't already selected the device you plan to plug into your timer, you should do so now. I was planning to plug in this LED desk lamp, so this is what we'll use to plug into my timer. Make sure that whatever device you are plugging into your timer is switched on. Now, let's see our timer in action. Now we're going to fast forward to 11 a.m. to watch the lamp turn off.
Here are some additional tips to help you use your timer most effectively. Tip number 1, the timer will repeat the same settings each day. For example, if I set my timer to be on at 7 o'clock p.m., this will reoccur each day. Tip number 2, you can set up to 24 different on and off times in a 24-hour period. This means you can have your timer and device turn on and off multiple times during the day. Tip number 3, use the switch on the side of your timer to bypass the timer settings. Using the switch on the side of the timer and setting it to the on position will bypass your settings, but the timer will continue to rotate and maintain the current time. To go back to your timer settings, simply slide the switch down to the clock position. Tip number 4, resetting your timer if the power goes out. If the power goes out, the timer will stop working. What you have programmed will still be set. This means the pins will stay up or down according to the time you have set up. But to get the timer back on track when the power gets turned back on, you will need to reset your timer to the current time of day. To do this, turn the entire black pushpin dial clockwise until the arrow aligns with the current time of day again. Tip number 5, setting a specific time on your timer. Unfortunately, with this specific device, there's not a way to set a specific time. To set your timer as close as possible to your preferred time, for instance, 7:20 p.m., use the hour markings as a guide as you turn the black pushpin dial and align the arrow as close as you can with your preferred time.
With a small investment, this low-tech product can help you save energy and money in your home. This particular timer can be found online in 2-packs for about $10, and there are similar timer options out there as well. By connecting devices in your home to a timer, you can set the timer to have your devices turn on only when you need them. We hope this tutorial was helpful, and keep looking out for more tips and resources on how to save energy in your home and workplace. If you'd like more information about the Energy Efficiency Ambassadors, check out our webpage listed on the screen. Thanks for tuning in today.